Hey gamers, what's going on? It's me, Night Video Game, and as you can tell by the title, it is time for me to explain a video on how to get fast XP to level up pretty quickly. Now, there are many methods of getting XP, and the most common way currently is to take Shaolin Shuffle, do the Easter egg, and get katana kills. Because that is counts as a full-on melee. And melee kills get you 100 XP for a kill. During double XP, it's 200. Or I would suggest taking out a Mark II weapon because of the 15% more XP, and getting headshot kills because headshots, along with the headshots, normally give you 75. At least I think. So 661. Try and get a headshot to prove this. Or not. And the other method that I have is reviving people, because that gets you more XP. So going into an online game, just being the reviver is a good way to get your XP. Going to high rounds is another. Or even completing challenges for those of you who haven't completed challenges, such as I'm trying to do the Prince Charming to complete my complete Raven the Redwoods challenges. Now, if you're able to time your use and be able to maximize your XP to the best of your ability, you will have a good time. But for those people who have difficulty going to high rounds or getting melee kills or anything like that, or even people who have difficulty or don't even have max, if you have Spaceland, you're gonna have a real difficult time. But for Spaceland, I would suggest full-on headshots, and if you need to, I would suggest getting Slappy Taffy as fast as you can, because that melee kill until 15 one hit would be great. And then if you're doing maps like Raven the Redwoods, I would suggest going with weapons like the RVN, because you can double pack it along with Slappy Taffy, so you can go a really high round with it. Unlike in Spaceland where you can only pack once until you beat the Easter egg. And then you have maps like Shaolin, where beating the Easter egg might be difficult for some of you. If you have to, you can get other people to help you with it, but for Shaolin, I would suggest looking up a guide if you don't know how to do it already on how to do the nunchucks. Because the nunchucks are your best bet for your XP, because as the nunchucks are for people who haven't completed the Easter egg, it's just not as strong as the katana, which is my personal preference. But being able to use your XP wisely is assuring exactly what you can do. Like as you can see here, I'm making sure I'm going for the heads, so I can maximize my points, or my XP. Also, doing Spaceland, if you know how to do the MW1 or MW2 songs that are Spaceland remixes. Those are another good one. Just being able to maximize your XP is really what you gotta do. Now, if you have the Reaver, Machete, like I do, then that's a great choice.
The size that counts, asshole.
Like that, because it counts as a melee kill. I hope. I haven't actually proven that. Let me see, I've been in the zombie just to prove it, because I actually don't know myself. But I mean, this is still one hit, and you're basically meleeing, then yes, it should be like that. This. Yes, it does, in fact, give you the XP that I knew. I just had to clarify, just to make sure that my information was not lost.
Yeah.
Because climbing to the top of your levels to make people that are like level like 500 these days, 620, I mean seriously. To get up to that rank, you're gonna need to know how to get your XP if you want to be that cool. 'Cause as more maps are coming out for this game, more ranks are coming. And I've almost done the original 220, and there's 2 DLC maps have already come out. So I gotta make sure I'm capitalizing on my XP. Really, the lag? Cause you saw me. I don't think that was actually lag. I think that zombie had a lot of health.
I don't know what's scarier, knowing I almost died, or realizing I had to depend on you to revive me.
But anyway, besides that, the tips that I would give for anyone who's trying to go for higher ranks to make it seem like you know what you're doing, because some people are high ranks and they have no fucking clue what they're doing. The simple way is to just play the game out, get to the high rounds, and get your melee kills. That's basically all I gotta say. Now, if you're not somebody who wants to do melee kills, I would suggest headshots. But besides that, just make sure if you're trying to go for higher ranks, you maintain and keep an eye on what you're doing that gives you the most XP. Because I know what's giving me the most XP right now, and that's playing games and reviving people. Specifically low-level people who don't rage quit normally. I take advantage of the XP from them. Now, these guys aren't really low levels because I'm trying to do, I'm trying to complete Master Raid. But the other thing is, hitting this stupid charm. And not being an idiot like me.
This is my last chapter if someone doesn't come get me.
Oh.
Who the hell even built a place like this? Willard, you are a sad, strange little man.
You list all your cubes and flood every line that came out of that garbage hole you call them out. Other than that, you did great.
Now, if you're someone who wants to go for the Easter eggs for these types of things, then I would make sure you're prepared for people by using either on PlayStation, communities, or on Xbox. I don't actually know what they have currently, because I haven't played Xbox ever since the end of Ghost, actually. So, if anyone who has an Xbox out there would let me know, it would be appreciated.
You make me want to be a better man.
You do realize there is...
Okay. Now, you might be thinking, since I'm bringing it up now, why can't I use weapons like the machete, the spike bat? Those will get you XP, but they are not the best, because melee weapons in Raven the Redwoods and Spaceland, those only give you the 60 points per kill, which would be as if you were killing a regular zombie, i.e. only giving you, or not i.e., only giving you the total of 50 XP, which is every regular standard kill. But leveling up in this game is really hard, I will admit. And since I can't stop thinking about it, anyone who's trying to farm your keys, that's another thing that I would like to bring up. If you're farming keys, I would suggest, you know, going for those high rounds and making sure you actually have a good team to go that far. Because without a team of people to get into the high rounds, you're gonna be stuck on the low rounds with only like a few things, with only like a few keys being earned. People say beating an Easter egg is another way. In some cases, beating an Easter egg will get you the required XP. So, you know, or XP and keys actually, because certain, like the Spaceland Easter egg, you will go farther if you just use your knowledge of, I'm not sure how to explain this. I'll just start this over again. It's in Spaceland, if you beat the Easter egg and you unlock the dual packing, you'll be able to go much farther with those upgraded wonder weapons. That's what I'm trying to say.
Money can't buy happiness, but it sure makes misery easy to live with. A little morning wood for our zombie friend.
Man, XP is hard for me to earn these days. I'm waiting for the next double XP weekend so that I know exactly what to go for.
My mother died when I was 16. 6 years old. Her funeral will be the first and last time I'd ever see my father cry. Hiding behind
His jealousy and desire for her will be the death of him. Getting cast in film alongside Brittany Maxson.
Oh, now insta-kills. You're trying to go for your XP. Yes.
I'm always down for a power.
I'm not sure what else I want to say, because there's still stuff on my mind, but what do I say next?
I'd always wanted to know how Willard Wyler got his movies to look so real. For weeks, I had been feverishly waiting our class trip to Mr. Wyler's theater. This was the myth, the legend. This was Willard Wyler we were talking about here. When we arrived at the theater, nostalgia.
Oh yes. The more points you get, the more keys you get. That's the punch right there. And actually, the more points you get, the more XP you'll get, because you'll probably be the one killing the majority of the zombies. Okay, so you see the method I'm using only gets me the 50 XP. So this isn't smart, but it'll get me the XP after completing the memory charm after I do that, because I'm still on tier 4. I'm really close to doing it, and I'm actually having fun doing this, but is it worth it? Not really. Because as I said, I'm trying to maximize on my
Money
XP.
can't buy happiness, but it sure makes misery easy to live with. Superpowers? Fuck yeah!
So yes, when you're wanting to go for XP, know what you're doing, and keep an eye on what you're and how you're killing. Because if you remember, regular killing 50, headshots 75, and then at the end, not the personal favorite, but the end has oh jeez, once again I'm failing at speaking. It's alright. No. So if you can't get melee kills, headshots. But if you can get melee kills, go for that 100 XP. And then if you're going for keys, make sure you're getting points, because the better you do the game, the more keys you get. So once this round is over, I'll be ending the video, so I guess you guys can just watch some sick gameplay. Unless you know, I decide to play this entire game out. But no, I'm not gonna do that because that's not what this video is titled. It's not Raiden the Redwood Spawn. It's titled, oh shit. That's not what it's titled, guarantee.
know, on your back isn't the only way to make it.
Oh my
Not gonna taste very
god.
good.
Oh crap. Damn it. I'm glad I'm playing out this job. Holy crap. I think I'm seeing things, but I swear, I think I saw a name.
Business as I can. Before I knew it, she was studio and everything. Sacrificed everything for my daughter. I was at the height of my career.
Oh god.
She was born with fell in love with her from the moment. The problem was, with so much going on, we raised our little girl.
Oh my.
Money can't buy happiness, but sure makes misery easy to live with.
This is clutch. I'm glad I decided to wait until the end of the round to end this recording. Alright, well. I did as I promised, so... See you guys in the next one. Bye!
Go on.